Fallout New Vegas is the fourth mainline Fallout game released by Bethesda Softworks. Despite this, it is not Fallout 4, and is Fallout New Vegas, like San Andreas and Vice City were for Grand Theft Auto. It was developed not by Bethesda itself, but by Obsidian, who went on to make incredibly unpopular games afterwards, such as Outer Worlds and Avowed. Despite this, they did make The Stick of Truth and Fallout New Vegas, which is incredibly high rated by the people. So let's see if New Vegas was truly as good as I remember. Before I start, I will be playing this game on normal, the default difficulty. This is mostly because the engine is straight dookie, so I'd rather not fight against bullet sponges who one-shot me every 5 seconds. I said I was going to play with mods, but I did not. I played completely vanilla. So yeah, let's go. Before the game even starts, we're bombarded with messages concerning DLCs and such. Wonderful. The game starts off with an opening cinematic of the Mojave area. Then it shows a man named Benny alongside 2 jet addicts talking to someone ambiguously designed. This would be the courier. This finely dressed man, voiced by Matthew Perry, fires a bullet straight into the courier's skull, to which he or she wakes up in a town called Good Springs. Also, somehow Benny got through the south-north route from Vegas to Good Springs, despite the Cazadors and Deathclaws, whatever. Old Doc Mitchell, voiced by General Tullius, fixed us up. From here, we customize how our courier will look. I make my courier look vaguely like me, the best I can with the systems provided. I'm already experiencing visual glitches, which is not a great sign to things to come. At the machine, I give myself max intelligence and a slight speech increase. 2 bears, high-fiving, etc. I pick guns, speech, and medicine, then take the skilled trait to level skills up faster, but take a hit to my leveling speed, until I take a perk at level 2, which allows me to negate this trait entirely. And I also pick Wild Wasteland for the funsies. In the Doc's house, I make stim packs, repair the SMG, and steal a bunch of his stuff. I put on the metal armor and speak to Victor, who is of no help at all. So I head to Sunny Smiles and do the entire tutorial section, which is long, boring, and arduous, but it gets me ammo, caps, and supplies. The schoolhouse is filled with bugs, and the sight to the 10mm pistol is absolutely atrocious. It's like these developers never picked up a gun in their lives. So I take my stuff, make healing powder, talk to Trudy in the saloon, and then I talk to Ringo. I gather a militia with medical supplies, and that's about it. I fight off the invading powder gangers, steal all their stuff, and then sell it all for a profit. Now it's time to head to New Vegas, to which I must first detour to Prim. Okay, well, I travel to Prim, where the guy inside tells me the powder gangers got the deputy. I head inside the Bison and Steve and sneak around until I fail at sneaking because they can hear my big heavy armor. I almost died to the incinerator guy several times, but I said nah, I'd win, and actually win. I free Deputy Beagle after a funny speech check to say he needs to help me. I go to the second floor to where he gets killed instantly. I run away back to the casino where the original guy is nowhere to be seen. My game crashes inside. Okay, so I exit and start bolting it to Nipton. Who won the lottery? This guy did. I shoot him for it. I'm stopped by a guy named Thomas right after that, talking about some star bottle caps. I shoot him for annoying me and steal his caps. I find his little girlfriend and then steal her body's caps. There's an invisible jackal thing, so I activate it to get ambushed. Out of nowhere, I run to the Legionnaires who help me kill the rest of them. Tee-hee! Then Volpez is talking about some, we crucified these guys. So I take my grenade launcher and put an end to his games. I get a quest from Boxcars after giving him medics. I travel to Novak from Nipton and almost die because someone's shooting explosives at me. Instead, I sneak around the mountains. I finally make it to Novak and climb the dinosaur to see Manny Vargas, who tells me to deal with ghouls at the Repcon facility. Hey, I'm just like that girl from the show, guys. Ha ha! Okay, so I go to the facility to clear ghouls and I crash. Okay, so I clear out the ghouls with a shotgun and plasma pistol that I picked up. This facility suffers from this sucks syndrome. I crash when I enter the ghoul hideout in the facility. I reload the game, enter the hideout, clear the night skin, and then I travel all the way back. Then I travel all the way back again through the basement. Then I travel all the way out, back to Novak to tactically acquire rockets and thrust modules from up my ass. Then I travel all the way back again to travel all the way back through the basement to the launch pads. I set the rockets to crash because fuck you for making me travel that ass facility 22 times. I head back to Novak and talk to Boone. I pickpocket Jeannie Mae's key to open her safe right in front of her. I take her to the dinosaur at night. She just agrees like, yeah, okay, sure, fine for some reason. At the dinosaur, she gets her head blown smooth off. I get Boone to follow me, then talk to Manny Vargas. I'm off to Helios 1 now. I finally make it to Helios 1, where I talk to Fantastic. I get a nice chuckle out of his theoretical physics line. Smart duping on his part. So I go about my time, talking to the one guy at the facility. I use the confirmed bachelor perk for some funny dialogue. He tells me to reset the stuff. I get swifty and right to it. I have the other password on hand, fortunately, for my previous explorations of the plant. I go through and see a lot of protectrons in one room. The grenade launcher comes in handy here. I redirect power to everywhere. After that, I get a big book of science and go to the BOS. So I crashed again. Well, okay, this time I actually head to Boulder City because I figure instead I want to do Arcade Ganon's questline. That'll be fun. I bolt in on over to the NCR guy who tells me about the hostage situation. Alrighty then, I go through this tiny little gate that's somehow a load screen. Inside, the cons are friendly to me. Yippee! I head on over to Jessup, who tells me Benny went to the strip. I take his lighter and get bolting to the strip. I let the cons go. Upon my way there, Victor stops to meet me again. Wonderful. I head to Mick and Ralph's to start the Omerta questline, mostly because I want the Pimp Boy. I keep pushing with my fake passport and get access to the strip. Well, before I enter the strip, I go get Arcade Ganon from the Old Mormon Fort. I also laugh about the ghoul lady who's a dom. Me too, miss, me too. Her name even rhymes with dominatrix, and get a quest for escorts. I talk to the king, who tells me to investigate why this one guy is so good at his job. I put on tourist clothes and find out. Before him, though, I tell Beatrix she's hired at the Wrangler. Turns out she's faking it with a trusty intelligence 6 and medicine 30 check. I knew that would come out in handy. I tell the king about it, to which he says you'll have someone take care of him when no one's looking.
So that's how it happens. Okay then, I'll have some guys pull him off the street when no one's looking. You've shown me something, so maybe you can help me with a matter that's a little more important.
The king then wants me to find out who attacked Roy and Wayne from Wayne's World. Why was this the first half of the game's quest so ass? And only now the quests are getting good. Well, okay, then I talked to Joanna Farkass. Oh, it's Julie Farkass. I Control F changed all of Julie to Joanna because I messed up the script later, but yeah. I talked to Julie Farkass, and she tells me to talk to her NCR friend about the situation. So I go and do that. I pass an NCR citizenship test with flying colors. She says the king's had an envoy sent, so be it. I head back to the area of Freeside, but I first go to the Silver Rush so that Arcade can get me some points. Trust points, that is. I also sell some stuff to the lady at the counter and buy stuff. So I go back to the king, who tells me to go back to the major. So I go back to the major and stop the fighting, then go back to the king. Holy backtracking! This is getting frustrating. The annoying Silver Rush Crier also met a mysterious death because he was annoying me. I find Santiago is my smooth talker. It was way too easy to recruit him. Lol, I laughed. So I got to Mick and Ralph's to repair my gear. Part of me regrets taking so many repair points. If I can't even repair my gear without crafting stuff for it at level 50, this is not fun at all, no good. I take points into speech guns and barter from now on, with the occasional medicine. I sneak through the robot facility killing rodents to get to Fisto, whom I test out. Test you out!
Servos active. Operation complete. Thank you for your business.
I can't. That's all you've got.
I will require a hardware and software upgrade to offer enhanced services.
Before sending him the Atomic Wrangler, I ask him if that's all he's got and get a good laugh out of this. You don't get this level of comedy out of Fallout 3 or 4, which is a good thing for this game. I like the ridiculousness of the situations this game has to offer. Some old ladies with rolling pins attack me when I step foot outside. I don't care. Wild Wasteland trait is canon. It's canon. No reason not to pick it either. Arcade kills them before I even pull out my shotgun. I go back to the Wrangler, wrangle my way to some extra payment to this robot fetishist. He's really sus about us. I make it to the strip and see Victor. He tells me Mr. House wants to see me and the robots. I enter Gamora and crash. Okay, so I enter Gamora and walk around. I talk to Joanna, actually Joanna this time, and smooth talk my way to getting her head to room with me instead of having relations with her. I talk to her about her boyfriend named Carlitos. Almost cut you there, buddy. So I travel to Carlitos and Vault 21, 8 loading screens away. Carlitos wants me to talk to Joanna. 8 loading screens later, she wants me to go back to Carlitos. 8 more loading screens later, then he wants me to talk to Joanna again to sneak her out, but also get some armed guards from Freeside. Okay, so more backtracking later. I find Big Beard and Little Beard. Again, the ridiculousness of these guys is funny. Too bad I'm backtracking every 5 seconds. I cash in the chips and go all the way back to Joanna, then sneak her out. They just stand around for some reason. Okay, I crash once more when exiting the casino. Okay, so I escort the ladies to Freeside and wear my naughty nightwear to help me pass a speech check. My schmoove mouth helps me get through to them. I go to the Gamora and bet it all on red, which wins. The anti-cheating measures are cold, though. So I ask a prostitute about Dunkaccino and then pickpocket him about his little black book. With it in hand, I blackmail him into paying me caps. He said something about the dude Willie, which was funny. I free Trike or whatever his name was, then tell him to go use the thermite himself. As he does it, I convince Big Sal Nero was behind it all, which buys me time to blow his head smooth off with my soda. I get my pimp boy from Mick, and now I'm off to the Lucky 38. I barter with House to bring the cap total to $12.50. Then I find Benny, who I convince to let me live. Then I go find Yes Man, who tells me about Benny's plan to capture New Vegas. I crash. Okay, now I go to Cottonwood Cove, to which Arcade is not happy. That's okay. I talk to Kaiser for about 5 seconds before letting Benny slip with a stealth boy. Okay, maybe not a great idea. So I talk with Caesar again, skipping through dialogue, then head to the bunker and wear a spacesuit that does nothing about the constant radiation seeping from the facility. Lovely. In the facility, I disobey Kaiser and activate the Securitrons. Then I blow the guy's head schmoove off, then sneak on over in Legion armor and blow everyone's schmoove away with a grenade launcher. Caesar is no more. I am the Jarl. I free Benny, then blow my way back to the strip. I head to House to deliver the chip. He upgrades the Securitrons to Mark II. They can use grenade launchers and missile launchers now. How do they source this ammo? How do they manufacture it? Ted 2. So I investigate, then get jumped. I die and crash. I crash on reload. Great. I reload an old save and grab myself a holdout peace shooter to save my hide. I go to the steam room, to which the guy is assassinated. I tell Hick about Ted, then blast the leaf with the shotgun he gave me, sneaking in dressed as a member. I stop the cannibalism and then talk to Dr. House about it. Then the boomers. Hugh Laurie tells me to go to Nellis, so I do. I take the shots off at Nellis like a madman and talk to Pearl.
I'm him. I've been him. I will continue to be him.
She has me helping the boomers with tedium unending. One of the quests is to help Jack get his Jill. Well, most importantly, I go to the lake to rise up a plane. This makes sense. There are also lake monsters, a lot of them. Yeah, okay, whatever you say, game. I also crash entering Pearl's place once. Next, House tells me to destroy the Brotherhood of Steel, so I head to Hidden Valley and get ranched by the Brotherhood of Steel because I don't know. I can't find the bunker the NCR guy is in for the life of me. The marker is telling me to leave the Hidden Valley, but that's a terrible idea for one big reason. I have an explosive collar on my neck. Apparently I can just leave the Hidden Valley though, and go to the Ranger. I convince him to just go away. Then in the bunker I borrow the key cards without intent of returning them, below the bunker sky high, and then I talk to Mr. House about it. He tells me now to prevent Kimbrel's assassination. Now Mr. Gannon wants me to get the Enclave back together. I do this by traveling around to each of the 5 people. Now I have power armor. I go to Hoover Dam and oh great, this sucks. It's confusing and it requires the wiki to even understand what's happening. Awful quest. Kimball gets stuck as well. That's about bad game design. I report it to Mr. House, and now he wants to have a reactor going. Sure, why not? I get this reactor up and running, then decide Mr. House's time is up. I blast him with a plasma grenade. Then my 9mm pistol finishes the job. And then I install Yes Man on the Lucky 38 computers with him. I prep for the Battle of Hoover Dam by getting the anti-material rifle and more 308 rounds. With myself ready to go, I head to Hoover Dam and fight off Legionnaires. I install Yes Man and put the power into the fort. I fight off the Legate painfully, because why is this battle so fucking difficult for no fucking reason, and give up the fight. I use a mini nuke to fry him before the battle even begins. Great. Now I talk to General Oliver and throw him off the dam. New Vegas is truly independent. Well, now that New Vegas is over, I could talk about everything this game has outside of the story. The gameplay it's alright, I guess. It's a massive improvement over Fallout 3, even though I haven't reviewed it yet. You can actually aim down the sights. Forget that half the sights in the game aren't actually zeroed properly, so you just shoot off to the right a bit. A lot of the game suffers when quests take you indoors. Buildings and dungeons are long, arduous, and tedious. They're painful to go through. They're like mazes. It's absolutely awful half the time. A lot of the quests in this game also suffer from backtracking syndrome, where you have to backtrack 80 million times across different cells for no reason other than why not. It's not fun, honestly. It's just not fun. Perks are at best. Most of them are just garbage. There's broken ones, too. The story of the game is mad at best, too. You start off as an angry mailman, going postal, trying to find your supposed to be killer. Along the way, you get involved in the politics of every single town you run across like some sort of game. You're stuck doing 80 million other side quests in order to continue the quest as the game intends. Of course, you can just skip it all and head straight to New Vegas and get mauled by Cazadors and Deathclaws, that is. Not like it matters, because you'd also miss out on a ton of XP and caps, so it's only really hindering speedrunners. Because quests are location-based and not based off of completing other quests, for instance, my first time in the Lonesome Road, I just TCL'd through it and started the last quest as sort of a joke. Whatever. Anyways, you finally find your killer, then oops, now you're somehow forced to decide who gets to control the Mojave and forced to battle Hoover Dam. It's like, who and why decided this? Why would you decide this to be the main quest? It's not even a gradual transition as you go, either. It's just straight to it, which is insane. I hear praise about the writing over and over and over, but it's funny at best and just outright absurd most other times. The game is just not written well. For a game more focused on dialogue. Sure, some of the dialogue's good, but the main quest line isn't. And half the side quests are annoying, or not compelling, or not even good. The environment of the game is cool, though. It's not a radioactive wasteland such as in 3 or 4, it's just a desert. It's pretty good, honestly. I love the environment, and I love the vibes and aura the game gives off, especially in the early game. You could just feel the 2000s in it, the Xbox 360 feel. I love that. I love the games of this era. I love the vibes of this era. I love the vibes of this game. Incredible, honestly. The modding scene is quite vast as well. The problem is the game is horribly unstable. The more mods you add, the more unstable it becomes, which sucks because you need at least 5 to 10 mods for the game to even function normally. That is, if you're lucky. If you're unlucky like me, well, you're screwed because the 4GB patcher still doesn't work for some reason, and then you find yourself getting memory error crashes every 5 minutes if you mod the fucking game. Yeah, not great. The gameplay is beyond buggy. My gameplay was completely fucking vanilla. Completely vanilla other than an ENB. Despite this, I had many ghost objects peering through the earth. Every time there was water, it was visible over every other texture too. It was a complete fucking nightmare. I also crashed this place through 13 times in my entire 15-hour playthrough. That's almost 1 crash an hour. It's insane. It's a buggy mess. I get they had only so much time, but they really messed up here. It's not entirely their fault, though. The Gamebryo engine isn't the best of engines, but it's still not great. Overall, I'm going to say this game, Fallout New Vegas, was not as good as I remember. That's not to say it was a terrible game by any stretch of the imagination. It had its ups and downs. I found myself angry for a good third of the gameplay, enjoying myself for the other third, and then the last third just numb and blank. It wasn't a great experience the majority of the time. It's still not a terrible game, but it's just really not as good as I remember. I'm going to somehow get a want to play this game in a year or two again anyways, and try it, mod it, and then have it crash at the point I just give up and repeat the cycle again. So, if New Vegas isn't as good as I remember. Were the DLCs as good as I remember?